Yes, this is Mr. Controversy, and this is the infamous three-point conversion station. Keep it locked.
The 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
Good morning, everybody. What another beautiful Saturday morning. It's another great day for sports. It's summertime. It might not be a lot to get into, but still, we got the weekend. It's always great to talk sports. And if you don't know, you've entered inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. And I am your host, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? And, of course, I'm not doing this by myself. Got my road dog, my partner in crime, Mr. D Intellectual. What's going on, sir?
What's up, brother? How you feeling this morning?
I'm great, man. Like I said, it's a great day, man. It's always good to talk sports, bro.
Always a good day.
Always
for sports.
good. And, man, we have a lot to do. Always. We're talking NBA Summer League and NBA free agency. A lot been going on with the free agency this week. Minor stuff, but some big moves. And we have special guest, Mr. Danny Thompson from the Around Association. He's going to be here to talk about that with us. Also, we're going to talk about this drama in the NFL. Like, is it really tarnishing the NFL's image? Like, what's going on with that? Is it a way to control it? Mm-hmm. Also, we're going to talk Major League Baseball All-Star Game and just the All-Star events, the Home Run Derby. And then we have quick hits, what's on my mind. Oh, we got to talk about the Golden State Warriors, man. You know, it's been a hot topic as far as are they ruining the NBA? You know, I'm getting into that. And like I said, just call in. We got what is it called? Is this really happening? Yeah, you know, crazy stuff you hear in sports, man. You know, we got G to come in and talk about that. So what up, G? By the way, what's going on, man?
Yo.
There you go. And we got Miss Crystal Dayon. What's going on, Miss Crystal?
Good morning.
So we got the full crew, man. Make sure you let everybody know they can listen to the show on 1100 AM locally in Atlanta, Georgia. Also, they can listen to it on iHeartRadio, Radio Now, TuneIn Radio. And then if you want to call in and give your 3 cents, call in at 404-603-8770. It is time to get to these quick hits. Let's get it. All right. Shout out to Sherm Beats for the music. So, start with the NBA. The NBA is considering moving the start of free agency back a few hours, making it the night of June 30th to accommodate TV audiences. Before I let you go, stuff like this, I understand it. This makes sense, but I hate when we start changing things in sports just to accommodate, you know, fans and everything. As I know it's about fans, but at the same time, you start ruining things. You know what I'm saying? Leave it alone. It was good like it was. It was good to wake up in the morning. You like, oh, snap, this happened?
Right.
You know.
A few hours thing, like you say, for TV audiences, I was looking more for, if you're going to move it back, then move it back to before the draft so that it makes, you know, bigger difference. You know, if you start making the trades before the draft, then you more so know maybe what your team's looking for, what you know, things like that. So moving it back for that reason, but before the draft for, you know, player movement, things like that, that would be a good reason. But just for TV, I mean, what they gonna look at the signing? All they gonna do is the same thing we do now is they find out who's getting signed. I mean, a couple hours.
Yeah, and I think we do a lot to
accommodate TV audience.
Yeah, to accommodate TV audiences. And
that's the age we live in. The social media that's just what happens,
But if you look at it as, if you look at LeBron's decision in 2010, that made $2 million for the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, it's always about that.
So,
dollar,
there's revenue that can be made, and if that goes into basketball-related income, then that can increase the salary cap.
But you said key words, but if, and that's the thing. If are they doing this for that?
I'm sure they are. Everything's about that dollar.
So I don't know. Like I said, to me that just
doesn't NFL Network do the same thing?
But I don't like that. Like it's just that's what I'm saying. I don't know, man.
We old school in the new school world.
Yeah, man. Anyway, moving on. Jimmy Butler turned down $110 million for 4 years. That contract that the Minnesota Timberwolves offered him, he turned it down. Do you think this means he's leaving? He said he wants to go.
Right.
Do you think it's for that?
I think that probably played a part in it, but if he don't sign now, I think he signs for more later. So I think that's a bigger impact. But I keep hearing the rumors of him really wanting to play with
Kyrie.
And they both would be free agents, after this season?
Right.
So that opens the door for New York.
And it's good.
It would be a
I don't
pretty
know
good team, though.
Who I was talking to, I don't know if that was you. I talked to somebody and they were saying, it's funny because New York was supposed to get a team. They want New York to get a team.
Right.
I think that was L.A. What up, L.A.? 3-point conversion inside of L.A. Broadest. But yeah, he was saying that he thinks that New York is destined for a team. And that's what they want. So
yeah, think of that team: Kai, Jimmy Butler, Knox, Porzingis. Don't even matter who else is in the in the middle. Who's in there? Cantor.
Cantor left.
No, he left. Yeah.
He's still there.
He's still there. He opted in. That's why he did.
Right?
He did.
Yeah,
so but that's and that's good. It'd be good for basketball for New York to be back in basketball. But just looking at this, just glancing at it, like wow, he turned down $110 million for 4 years. Man. Anyway, moving on. So Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal semifinal match was suspended because of the 11 p.m. curfew last night, and this 11 p.m. curfew in Wimbledon. And it will resume today at 1 p.m. But the reason why it was suspended because John Isner and Kevin Anderson went 6 hours and 36 minutes for their match.
Yeah, I was watching.
And I think Isner ended up winning. And it's crazy because this is not the longest ever in Wimbledon. Isner was in another match. I think what was it, G? Like 10 years ago, something like
8 years ago.
8 years ago.
This was the longest semifinal.
Yeah, longest semifinal.
Right? Yeah.
The longest match in Wimbledon was over 11 hours.
Dude,
that was with Isner.
Yeah,
so that's what he liked to do, huh? He just liked to play tennis all night. Bruh. Apparently. I was watching it, and it was crazy because you know how tennis scores show, right?
Yeah.
It was 25 to like 24-24.
Right.
And I was at work trying to explain to someone how scoring goes, and it was crazy trying to explain it. You got to win by 2 sets.
Yeah.
She's like, why is it 20? I'm like, yo, this is the longest, one of the longest matches ever.
I can't even imagine covering that. Like, it's history, so you're like, oh, man, but at the same time.
Covering it. Imagine playing in it.
Bruh, yeah, I don't know how they did
Noodle
that.
legs. Like, I know they were tired.
You know they won it.
Arms.
That one in 2010, the final set was like 70-68.
Wow.
Crazy.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Can we finish tomorrow? Let me go take a nap. Get over me in the morning.
Right. And meanwhile, Serena Williams is playing right now.
Yes. Let's see what she's looking like.
So the match started at 9:45. It's supposed to start at 9:45 a.m. So we'll see what happens.
She do.
And we're gonna keep you all. We're gonna keep you all. In tune with that. So, at 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
Started at 10:30. Okay.
10:30. So
I guess coverage started at 9:45, but we'll see what happens with her.
She's already the first mother to make it to the finals in Wimbledon in 35 years.
Yep.
Shout out to Serena.
Shout out to Serena. Moving on. So, former Phoenix Suns guard Tyler Ulis and current Suns guard Devin Booker was involved in an altercation in 2017, and it became public. TMZ released the video. You know they were going to release it.
They always get their hands on merch.
Right. So you know they paying that guap. So basically the video, and if you're looking on Facebook Live, you should see it. The video was showing where Eulis was blocking the entrance of a elevator. I don't know why. I don't know if he's waiting for
looked like he's waiting for his friend.
Somebody, and you saw three other guys is waiting. I guess they were trying to get in. Right. Eulis was like, nah, y'all can't get in. Next thing you know, they got into like a little heated argument, and he got bum rushed. The two small, they small too, smaller than him. The two guys,
a small crew wrestling match.
And one had Eulis in the headlock, the other one had him around the waist or something. Next thing you know, he started throwing blows, and then you saw Booker come in, him and his brothers or whatever. They came in and they started throwing blows, and they ended. But it was crazy.
So if you don't know Tyler Eulis, he's short, right? He's like what 5'8" or something like that, right?
Like
5'7", something like that.
Right.
So the guys were literally his size, and they had him in the head. Like it was very funny. So it's a lot of sides to the story, right? Like as Eulis, right? Like how long you gonna hold this elevator for your friends?
Right.
Like if I'm sitting there waiting on the elevator, I'm be like, fam, like. Come on, man. Let me. You know, I feel that part. However, that don't mean you put hands on nobody.
No, I'm saying I feel everybody. I feel
right. Each side, right. I feel them, but don't put your hands on
right.
them. You know what I mean? And then it was four of them. Two of them really
right.
doing something.
Yeah.
And then the big guys came, which is Booker and a couple other people, and they came in like some goons. You know what I mean?
Right.
And chased the dudes out.
It was crazy.
So it was real.
It was crazy.
And it was old too. It was from 2017, so sometime last year.
Yeah.
But it was a video. If you can't check it out,
got to check it out. Moving on, former Dallas Cowboys and Tennessee Titans running back DeMarco Murray retires after 7 years in the NFL. He rushed for over 7,000 yards and 55 touchdowns. I hated that he retired, but
life of a running back.
Life of a running back.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but you know, a runner like LaShawn McCoy, and you know he's had small injuries, but he has not let down. You know, he's continued since being with Philly.
Right.
His what is it usually 4 or 5 years? His has been 6 to 8 years.
Yeah.
He's been very consistent, right?
So I mean, we'll see if everybody else follows. You know what happened that 1 year with the San Francisco 49ers. So moving on quickly, Magic Johnson says that he will consult with LeBron James with all big moves. I don't think it's a big deal.
I mean, he's earned the right.
Yeah, he's a veteran right now,
right,
so I get that.
Right. And he came there because of that. You know what I mean? So.
And last but not least, Mr. Ron Artest, formerly known as Meta World Peace, and Nate Robinson are the first to get ejected this season. Ron Artest got ejected the first game. He got upset and he kicked the ball in the air. It was Brandon Marshall-ish, like, you know what I'm saying? Kicked the ball in the air. He got upset. They tossed him. And then Nate Robinson kept arguing with the ref and continued to do that. And he ended up getting kicked out. So that big three is real. Like, it's no joke. So anyway, that
is that not unexpected, though, Ron Artest?
No, it's not. It's not. It was... That's why it was good. I thought it was good.
Good for the game.
I thought it was good for the game.
Right,
anyway, we will be back after this. We're going to take a quick break.
Hello, I'm Crystal Dayon, and this is your sports news break. The Atlanta Braves lose in a tight game to the Arizona Diamondbacks 2-1. The Braves are trailing the Philadelphia Phillies by 1.5 games for the division lead. The Atlanta Dream win in a blowout over the Indiana Fever, 98-74. The Dream had 7 players score in double figures. The Big Three played in Detroit, Michigan on last night as the three-headed Monsters defeated Tri-State in a thriller, becoming the only undefeated team. Ball Hogs, Trilogy, and Power all won their matchups as well. On Sunday, France will face Croatia in the World Cup Finals, and the Atlanta United are at home to face the Seattle Sounders on Sunday afternoon. The United lead the MLS with 42 goals scored. Make sure to follow the 3-Point Conversion for all your major sports news updates. It's where fans' opinions matter.
There's a lot going on in the world, and your world is always changing. That's why it's important to stay connected. The latest news, the latest entertainment, the newest music. If it's in the air or on the air, it can be in the palm of your hand, wherever you are, with the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Over 1,500 live radio stations from across the country, and over 15 million songs to create your own custom stations. Text IHR to 45495 to download the app or listen at iHeartRadio.com. Standard text and data rates apply.
This is Av Stanley, senior writer for the 3-Point Conversion, and you know I'm listening to Mr. Controversy and D Intellectual on the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Tell them what's going on.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy here with my man D Intellectual.
Yes.
And this next segment, the hot topic, is brought to you by Seneca's Barbershop, located on Chapel Hill Road, 3000 Chapel Hill Road, Suite 206, Douglasville, Georgia. Great barbershop. Make sure you check them out. You need a fresh cut. You need it in a hurry. Not the place to go. I'm just kidding. No, it's a good place because you're gonna want to stay there. You want to talk. You know what I'm saying? It's brotherhood there, even sisterhood. You know, community. It's about the community, children. Like I said, great dialogue, man. Great staff. Everybody can cut in there. You don't go to barbershops where everybody can cut. There's always that one guy don't have nobody in the seat, you know, but it's not that anymore. So, like I said, man, it's a great place, man. Shout out to my barber, Dwayne Chambers, the best barber on the East Coast. And make sure you check him out on Instagram at Simha the Barber. That's Simthe. I'm sorry, Simha. I'm all messed up. Simhathebearber. My bad, Dwayne. And shout out to DJ. Appreciate you, DJ, man, for the hard work you've been doing, bruh. Keep it up, sir. So now it's hot topic. And what is the hot topic? Man, just turn your TVs on. Go to the internet. You know what's been going on.
Absolutely. Anywhere you go, pop it up.
Pull
it up. It's going to be right there. And
so
making it the hot topic today.
And if you just been in a hole, whatever, basically it's been a lot going on in the NFL with NFL players or players that are associated with the NFL some way or somehow. Look at Shady McCoy. You look at who else was in there? Brandon Brown and Marcel Darius.
Kellen
Winslow, Adam Pac-Man Jones. There's been a lot going on this week. And the thing is, what's sad about it is the fact that it's a lot of situations where it's kind of, you don't know where to go. If you're just being real about it, some horrible stories, but nothing is like, it's all accusations. Now, Brandon Brown, he got arrested, but for the most part, everything else is just, you know, we have to wait to play it out. And I want to start out with the Shady McCoy situation, you know, situation where it was a picture on Instagram where his ex-girlfriend, they showed a picture of her, how she looked before and then afterwards. The house got invaded too, and like she got beat up badly. And there's been some ongoing, situation with Shady and Miss Delicia Cordon, and he's trying to get her out the house. She won't leave. So her friend came up and put on Instagram, "This is how you are, you a devil," whatever, making, you know, basically saying that he set all of this up to get her out the house or whatever. The crazy thing is today, what came out is, or yesterday, Miss Cordon, her lawyer came out and said that we haven't said directly that LaShawn McCoy was involved.
Right.
You know, so, like, come on now. But That's crazy. But still, in itself, just with the NFL, all of this is going on. Like, and it's tarnishing the NFL image, I believe. But again, we don't know if all this is true.
Right, that's definitely true. Especially, with the McCoy, the shady situation. Them some strong accusations. I saw the picture of her face. Word is they smacked her with the, they hit her with the gun or whatever. You could really tell on the pictures that she definitely wasn't hit with, like, just a fist or whatever. She was definitely smacked with a pistol or something. And that happened right up the street. That happened in Milton, Alpharetta.
Yeah, this is in Atlanta.
So, of course, he wasn't there. Of course, the way that it was brought out, you would think that it's, it was him. The way that they were saying they asked for specific jewelry that LaShawn McCoy has been asking for and things of that magnitude. But you can't make accusations like that and you don't know that that's what happened, man.
Right.
Because that's real serious. You're talking about guns involved and things like that. That's very bad. But whoever did it is bold because they in Alpharetta with all them guns and doing all that. They some bold cats.
Yeah, it's horrible. And I guess my question is, and you can chime in at 404-603-8770. My question is, why the NFL? I mean, like I stated, with Browner, yeah, he got arrested, and Kellen Winslow, he was arrested also. But with the Marcel Darius situation, I think some lady said he slept with her while she was unconscious, and he didn't let her know about the STD. Like, whoa. But,
that's like a double. If she said that, then that's like a double. That's contradicting itself. Because, what did he sleep with you without you saying yeah, and he didn't tell you?
Why would he tell you?
But he tell you y'all was going to sleep together,
right,
and then he didn't tell you he had the STD. So I don't know what you're doing, shorty.
But again, it's still, my thing is, it doesn't matter because it's like we don't know what's going to come out of that. But yet still, it's affecting the NFL. Like, you don't hear about this in the NBA. Even with the Adam Pac-Man Jones situation. Right. We can laugh about it, and I've laughed about it plenty of times, trust me. And
but if you think about it, though, like, seriously, this isn't new, right? I think the thing is that the social media part. Think about things that Michael Irvin was caught up in, the Cowboys, and even back in the day. It's always been kind of an issue with the NFL.
So, okay, so you say that. Now, I've talked about this many of times. Social media. And a lot of people say, well, you shouldn't just blame it. No, let's be real. With social media, we wouldn't know about none of these things.
Right.
But now social media is a big deal. And like I said, with this Pac-Man Jones situation, Adam Pac-Man Jones, of course we see now it's not his fault. Somebody was trying to. It came out with reports that, per sources, that somebody was this guy that worked there. He was trying to talk to Pac-Man's lady, and Pac-Man, I guess, told him, "No, you can't." Whatever he said. Now the video shows that Pac-Man walking with his lady, and this young man that works for the airport is following him, and continues to taunt him or whatever, and it get to the point where it got physical. Pac-Man laid the hands on him. Dude getting up, wondering where he is. No, I'm just kidding. But he, it's just like, basically, it's, if we didn't have the social media, that wouldn't be seen. But you see it. But still, going back to the NFL, with all of these things going, even with the Reuben Foster, it's the NFL. And it wasn't true with that.
Right.
But why is it the NFL? Like, do you think, whether it's people, we'll just say people, because a lot of other things going on too, not just with women. But do you think that the people see this as hey, we can get paid with the, dealing with the NFL because they're quick to make a decision, and these players don't want this to come out, so maybe they'll pay us. Is it that?
I think that probably has something to do with it. I think also it has a lot to do with them putting themselves in bad situations. Not the Pac-Man situation. I'm definitely not talking about that because he didn't do nothing but what he was supposed to do. In a situation like that, you got to do what you got to do. You can only be a celebrity or only be a sports person so long. Considering what that person did, that was supposed to happen. Now with Reuben Foster, she just flat out lied. The girl just flat out lied, said she lied. Are they doing it because they know they're going to get money because it's going to be quicker? Probably so. Look at how they're doing things. The running back, Ezekiel Elliott, got suspended 6 games for what again? Because he didn't get arrested for anything, right?
Well, I think the part of that is what I was going to bring up is that it's not about like if anyone's going to get paid off of any of this. It's just about ruining the reputation or the career of that particular person.
Right.
Because the NFL is going to make a decision regardless of how much evidence there actually is. And regardless if the real law enforcement investigated the case or if they, we don't have sufficient evidence to move forward, so we're going to drop this. And the NFL's like, well, we're better than you at this, so
right.
We're going to go ahead and continue.
And I think that's the key. And I think these people know what's going on. Now, true enough, let's say if Browner did do it. Let's say if Kellen, he did all of that. Let's say if Marcel Darius and Shady did all that. Okay, then, yes, you have a problem. But for now, we don't know. There weren't any charges pressed on Shady yet, as I stated. I don't think there were any charges pressed on Marcel Darius. So, and it's a lot. And honestly, it's disputes. It's like disputes between couples or ex-couples.
But based on the NFL, Davis probably going to get, 2 games? Based on how they've been doing things lately, he's going to get in trouble for something, right?
We'll see. Hopefully they change it.
Try to find something.
They're going to try to find something.
Right?
Even with McCoy, he could be put on the commissioner's exempt list.
Right.
But he actually has to be charged with something. But the NFL may find a way around that.
Right, to give him something, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, look, we could talk about this all day. I know we got to cut this short. But I just want to I just hope that something could be solved because the NFL, this is my favorite sport. Football is my favorite sport. The NFL is my favorite organization as far as a fan, and I'll say that. But still, it's like, it's looking bad, man. This is looking horrible, and I know NFL is not an organization like that, but sometimes karma is man, I just say it like that. So we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Hey, I'm Diana Taurasi from the Phoenix Mercury, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion Radio.
Are you tired of limiting yourself from tasty food because you want to eat healthy? Well, Salad Express will fix that problem for you. Salad Express is a gourmet salad and grill restaurant that gives you multiple options to satisfy your taste buds and keep you healthy. They have over 40 toppings, which are all cut fresh daily, and 7 homemade soups, including chili. You can also order hot sandwiches and wraps, with choices like grilled chicken, steak, salmon, and shrimp, which can all be added to salad as well. Go ahead and visit them today at 1055 Mansell Road, Suite 600 in Roswell, Georgia. Your taste buds will thank you.
What's up? This is Anthony Hamilton, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy here with The Intellectual.
Yes.
And we want to thank our sponsors, Cindy Cuts Barbershop, Salad Express, Sucker Free Life LLC. And you too can be a sponsor. Just let us know. Hit us up. Look us up on Facebook or the 3 Point Conversion website. Just check us out. All right. It's been an eventful summer league so far. It's been, I think it's been great, honestly. See a lot of players growing up, in front of our faces. I didn't see too many of the people that you say, okay, they're bums, or like, oh, they're not as, I shouldn't say bums, but they're not as good as we thought they were, or it hadn't been that. Either they've been what we thought they were or even better. So it's been great, but we had to bring someone along to come and talk about the Summer League and the NBA. And I have to bring in none other than Mr. Danny Thompson from around the association. What's going on, Danny?
Afternoon, morning, fellas. How's everything going? Ooh,
we're good, man. Yeah, I know, right? We're good.
Good to have you on the show.
Good to have you on, man. Let's get right to it. We have to talk about Trigger Trey, Mr. Trae Young for the Atlanta Hawks. There was a lot of panic here last week, the week before last, and now he turned in some great performances. What is your assessment on him so far?
The good thing with Atlanta is that Atlanta was one of the few teams that actually played in 2 summer leagues. They played out in Salt Lake City right after July 1, and then they went to Vegas after that. And then, most people in Atlanta or even across the country saw him out in Salt Lake City, and they started hitting the panic button. Like, okay, what's going on? And as we went through Summer League, even into Vegas, you can see that he's calmed down a bit. He's really not overthinking. And the last 2 games he played in before they shut him down for the rest of the summer, looks like he started to get more comfortable. And you can see him and John Collins actually forming a very, very good duo. You saw him a lot of the pick and roll, and John Collins was phenomenal. He played really well in Salt Lake City, even better out in Vegas before they shut him down. But I think as far as Trae Young goes, you can see, the last 2 games, I think he knocked down 9 3-pointers in the last 2 games. And you can see the Trae Young that we're expecting to see. And the one thing about Trae Young that people don't give him credit for is that he's had outstanding court vision. He was hitting some laser passes out there. I think he had 11 assists in 1 game. He finished up in Salt Lake, out in Vegas at 17 points and 7 assists a game. So the numbers are there. The shooting is coming around, but I think the game slowed down a lot for him as we got through Summer League. So he looked a lot better and more comfortable.
Absolutely. I saw him in that Pacers game, and he was passing that rock.
He was.
All right. Who would you say has been the biggest surprise and the best player?
Well, out in Vegas, Josh Hart, it looks like he's going to be the MVP of Summer League out in Vegas. The Lakers had the best record. I know there were a couple teams at 3-0, but I guess due to the point system they had to break tiebreakers, Josh Hart's been the best player probably for the team that's remaining. But, I look at Summer League 3 different ways. You have the rookies. You have the guys who've been in the league at least a year or 2, and then you have the guys that come under the radar. So when I say the rookie class this year, of course, Kevin Knox was, to me, the most, had the biggest impact of anybody. He averaged over 23 points a game out, just was hitting shots everywhere, and Knicks fans were excited. But to me, the more impressive player was his teammate, Mitchell Robinson, a second-round pick. I think I've talked to Raf about this off air before. That had Robinson in the late lottery, in the mid-teens, in my last mock draft. He was a high school kid that went to Western Kentucky, didn't even qualify to go to school. There was some issues with him getting into the school. And Robinson, his last game against the Celtics was, I think, 17 points, 12 rebounds, 6 blocks. And you have those two on the rookie side of things. DeAndre Ayton was 14 and 12. We didn't get much from Bagley because he got hurt. Trae played solid. Mo Bamba, he was okay. But those are the guys I really see out of the rookie class. Now, like I said, the guys who did not have contracts, Trayvon Blewett of New Orleans was an undrafted rookie, and he just came in and was lighting up teams. I've watched Blewett since he was at Xavier. He was also one of the best players in the Big East over the last 3 years, and he earned a contract over it. and so how his performance was. And when you go to guys that have been around the league, Willie Hearn Gomez in Charlotte, former Knick, second team All Rookie as a rookie, second team All Rookie class his first year, was relegated to the bench in New York, relegated to the bench in Charlotte, but averaged almost 19 points and 13 rebounds a game in a couple games he played in the summer league. So they're guys who stood out, but I think to me those are the guys that stood out more than others.
Yeah, I agree. My man in New York looked good. You know, both of them. That's man. Like I was really impressed with Knox. I didn't think Knox would be that type of person, but but man, he looked good.
He had some highlights too.
Yeah, he just looked like he belongs in the NBA. Like man, that was a great pickup.
Knick fans gonna be eating their words again for booing him like they did Porzingis.
Yep, for real.
That's and any player getting booed in New York automatically becomes a star. I think that's the rule now.
I know, right? And once again, we're here live with Mr. Danny Thompson, and you can follow him on Twitter at NBADT29 and also Instagram as well. So now, looking at free agency, I want to jump into free agency. Isaiah Thomas, he just signed a 1 year for $2 million. I was about to say for some Pringles, and signed with the Denver Nuggets. Like, do you think this stop right here, even though he's not getting that much money, do you think this stop will eventually get him going again, and he will be once again, a top-notch player?
When you say, Isaiah Thomas, the old saying goes, 2 years ago, he said that he was looking for somebody to back up the Brinks truck. Unfortunately, 12 months later, that Brinks truck never came. It's a sad situation for Isaiah, but I'm going to tell you this. If anybody knows adversity, it's Isaiah Thomas. The last pick of the draft a couple years ago, he has earned his way in the NBA. And that's with the biggest respect I can possibly think of for a guy. He's a great locker room guy, good person, good person to be around. I think the stop in Denver will be much more of a resurrection for his career. I think the good news is that he's with Mike Malone, a guy he was with in Sacramento and helped him get to where he is now. And he's in a role where he should always be. Is that guy coming off the bench, that guy just being able to run and gun at any point in time. And I love the fit in Denver. A lot of people are wondering, okay, so especially down here in Orlando, like why didn't they sign him, if Denver got him for $2 million? There's a difference. Isaiah wanted to play for you. At this point, with nobody was going to offer him a starting job, he wanted to play for a team that was going to win and a team he could contribute on. The good news is Denver is a team that goes up and down and scores a lot of points. It's the perfect fit. They have a good guard rotation. You have Isaiah, you have Gary Harris, and you have Jamal Murray. And I think IT can play with both of them because, to me, both those guys are combo guards anyway. Jamal's learning how to play point guard, but I think they're both combo guards. And IT can, he's not the best playmaker in the world, but his job is, guys, is to come in there and get buckets. And I think he's in the right situation, the right place to do it.
Absolutely, I agree with that. I think he's going to put up some numbers, and hopefully he can get another bag next year or something when free agency comes.
He will.
Well, there's a whole bunch of teams that have money next summer, so we'll see how it turns out.
Real quick, when Kyrie leaves, I think he's going to the Celtics, bro. I think they're going to mend that relationship watch, and I think he's going back to the Celtics. That's my take on it.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Now, with everything playing out with Kawhi, what do you think happens with him?
The most important meeting right now is the meeting that goes on, I think, in the next 2 weeks. Team USA camp opens up out in Vegas. And one of Kawhi's goals is to get a gold medal. Now, with this potentially being the last time the NBA players will be playing in the Olympics, Kawhi has to be there. Part of the USA rule is unless you're in some kind of situation involving a contract, you don't have a contract, or you're dealing with an injury, you don't get excused from Team USA. For example, this year, Kyrie Irving, I think, has been excused. DeMarcus Cousins is excused, and Gordon Hayward has been excused from being at training camp. But the most important meeting is that Kawhi is going to be out there in Las Vegas for Team USA, and the head coach for Team USA is Greg Popovich. So if they can sit down and talk this through, remember, they went to the same situation with Marcus Aldridge last year, who was unhappy, and Aldridge had the best season of his career when he came back. I really think if Pop can get in a situation with Kawhi where it's just them two, I think that maybe they can work this out or make this amicable for the rest of the year. I don't see the Lakers making that move unless, like I said, unless Magic's willing to give up everything. I don't see it. And I don't see any of these teams in the Eastern Conference giving up significant pieces unless they're expecting a rebuild, because I don't know if Kawhi's even going to consider signing back with the team that trades for him. So I think he'll end up in San Antonio for the season starts, unless something goes bad in Vegas. I think he'll stay in San Antonio, at least the season. It's
shaping up where it's going to look like he's staying. I mean, like I think you mentioned it. Tony Parker left. So when Tony Parker left, that was the guy. Really, that was the main problem that came up with this. That started talking mess about Kawhi and saying that, hey, what is he doing? And so now they got him out, and then they made him look bad by sending him to Charlotte. But then the fact that, like you just stated, if he's going to play for the USA team and Pop is the coach, that means they have to spend more time together. He has to coach Kawhi. And sometimes, man, you just start thinking and you're able to talk. With playing golf, you know, we saw. I mean, I know it's going to be training camp, but yet still, you saw Jordan talked about that when they all went and how everybody was able to talk, and even though they were practicing, it was rigorous. But still, you had to talk. I mean, you had time to talk and relax, and just you're not in that NBA, mindset. And I think that's going to allow them to sit down, and he's going to stay in San Antonio, man.
We'll see.
I think he finished the year in San Antonio, but I don't think, because I don't think Pop's going to be there long term. I don't think Kawhi wants to be there long term, and Pop's not going to be there long term. I think that this will be the last year he stays in San Antonio, though.
When do you think Pop leaves? You think Pop is leaving?
I think Pop's out. I think Pop is probably out the Olympics. I think after 2020, I think Pop is done. I mean, Pop. This has been a run. Pop's been there for almost forever. I think at some point in time, you gotta. I think Pop is kind of done. I think once he gets the Olympic gold medal, that way he's won the NBA championship. He's got an Olympic gold medal as a coach. I think that's it. What else more does Pop have to prove? What else more does he have to do at this point? I mean, I think he's ready to ride off in the sunset. I think in the next 2 years, I think San Antonio is going to go through a transition period. But their staff is amazing. And whoever takes that job over should probably be somebody in-house. The Spurs will still be where they are. But I think Pop is going after 2020 probably.
Yeah, and I think even like we talked about with Tony Parker, I think that was right on the wall that he was gone. So
probably the old player, Emik. What's his name, though?
I don't even know you talking about.
Udoka.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think Messina's going to be the guy. To me, that's going to be the guy taking over. Messina's turned out so many jobs. I mean, Udoka is a great option. I mean, don't forget Becky Hammond is still on that pool as well too.
Right.
It wouldn't shock me if Becky Hammond would be the next one in line, because the players respect her already.
Just the whole staff
established that culture.
Yeah. So, all right, man, we appreciate Mr. Danny Thompson coming on, giving us his knowledge from around the association. And again, you can follow him on Twitter and Instagram at NBA D as in Danny, T as in Thompson 29. All right, man. Have a great, wonderful weekend, sir.
You guys have a great weekend, fellas. Enjoy the show.
Thank you. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with what's on our mind.
This is Sam Freeman with the Atlanta Braves, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
What it is, what it ain't. This your boy Sherm, host of Face the Music. Join me every Wednesday night for Power Hour, where we intersect the worlds of sports and music, and we do it the best way we can, which is on a Sherm beat. So if you're ready to come through, catch some realness, vibe to some dope sounds, tune in to Face the Music every Wednesday on the 3-Point Conversion station. Let's get it.
It's time to get in the mind of Mr. Controversy and the Intellectual with What's on My Mind.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy, D Intellectual.
Yeah.
We got G, Miss Crystal Dayon. Then we got all the listeners that's listening. Appreciate you all. So, this next segment, What's on My Mind, is brought to you by Sucker Free Life LLC. Make sure you live your truth for the world to see, because everyone can be sucker free. Man, I was messing with him. We need some apparel. Oh, make sure you check them out on Facebook. You can order on facebook.com/suckerfree LLC. And hey man, we need some more of the gear, bro. I talked to him. He said he got us. And you all, like I said, you all need to check him out, man. It's some good stuff. I mean, who do you want to be? You want to be a sucker? You know,
you got to stay sucker free,
right? So but anyway, yeah. But this next segment is called "What's on My Mind" or "What's on Our Mind," and this is that segment where we get to release some stuff off our chest, man. As I always say, men don't vent, but it's stuff, man, we got off our chest, whether it's sports related, whether we don't understand, we don't get, we don't like, whatever. But it's just that time for us to just go in. So let me holler at you for a second, if I can say that. So what's on my mind? Well, we mentioned it earlier. We talked about everything in the NFL that was going on. And I'm really not just going to put it just on the NFL, but, right now, everything that's been happening with the NFL, Shady McCoy, Pac-Man Jones, Marcel Darius, Kellen Winslow, all of these situations is horrible, right? I mean, it's a lot of stuff that we didn't talk about, man. And the thing is, I understand life is life. I get it. We know, we're human. Everyone is. Even though there's superstars on the court or on the field, on the swimming pool, whatever, they're human. And yes, they're going to deal with certain issues. But when it comes to sports, the whole purpose of me watching sports, well, I love sports, but it's to get away from life. That's that outlet from what's going on in life. Some people have a great life, so hey. But when you're going through life, you have a family, things might be happening. Usually, if you're a sports fan, that's that time where that window, 2 to 3 hours, you focus on sports. It's funny because you can be at work, but yet still, your mind is still thinking about what's going on. But when it's sports, you're not thinking about all of that stuff. But when I keep seeing situations like this, it's bringing me back to life. Like I said, it doesn't have to be domestic. I mean, it's certain situations where my man in Milwaukee, when the basketball player from the Bucks, Sterling Brown, when he got arrested for no reason, and they were beating, hitting him and tasing him and all stuff like that. I don't want to see. I don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Right now. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's the whole purpose of watching sports, to take my mind off of that. But constantly we're seeing that. We're hearing about it. And now I'm like, yo, where do I go to get away from this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I really can't even watch a basketball game anymore because the announcers are talking about all of this. Like, it's sad. And it lets you know what type of society we live in, man, and what's going on in the United States, but I don't know, man. It's just so much. I don't know who to blame. Like I said earlier, I look at social media. I mean, that's what we live in today. But man, like now, we hear about everything. It was times back then, yes, it was a lot of stuff going on, but we didn't hear about it because we didn't have social media, and some of that stuff kind of, took its own course and it was handled. So it didn't get to the airwaves or whatever. But now situations that might not even be a situation is in front of me now. I don't want to see a young lady being beaten, whether he did it or not. I don't want to see that. But now I see it. And it might not have anything to do with sports, except for she just might be trying to get back at him. Or he actually did it. But my whole point is, like I said, it's too much. This is not, I didn't sign up for this, and then on top of that, being real, me being media now, I have to cover this. So I have to pay attention to this. I have to write about it. I have to report it. It's nerve wracking, man. I don't want to deal with this anymore, man. It's like I said, I didn't sign up for this, but I'm a sports fan and I'm with the media, so I got to deal with it. But sometimes I just wish I could just turn the TV on, man, watch sports, just enjoy somebody getting dunked on or somebody running an 80-yard touchdown, somebody winning Wimbledon, which is a lady. What's up, Serena? And just enjoy sports, and that's what's on my mind.
Yeah, I feel you on that. It's a double-edged sword, though, because you want to know what's going on in personal lives of sports, and with certain things, politics do get in it and other things get into it, but I do understand what you're saying.
And you know what, real quick, 30 seconds, I don't want to get into what LeBron James is doing. I don't want to know what he's doing outside of, I don't, but
I do though, right? And I think that's what a different.
Because
where it may be a percentage that don't, it's going to be a percentage that
because
do.
it's like I just want to pay attention to sports. I'm private anyway, so I don't like putting my stuff out on social media. You know what I'm saying? So I probably wouldn't be on social media if it wasn't for what I do as far as the 3-point conversion.
But the way things going now, that platform, that's what it's for.
No, right. I agree. I'm just saying,
but
that's like me. I'm not.
Right.
I don't care about that, but. Right. Yet still, it's in my face, and I got to see it. So
absolutely,
it's on you, bro.
I feel you though. What's on my mind this AM, this dreary Saturday? It's gonna rain all day. Miss Williams. Well, she's not Miss Williams anymore. It's Mrs. Something. I don't even know dude's name. I can't even stunt.
He Mr. Williams.
Mr. Williams. Now he got a bag though. I don't know his name anyway. I want to talk about Serena. So again, I spoke earlier how she's the first mother to make it to the Wimbledon final in the last 35 years. Not only that, what she went through after the pregnancy, they say she was really sick. She almost, I want to say lost her life, but she was very sick from the procedure of the pregnancy. So I'm sure that was a lot. And I don't, not just based off that, but it's time to, it's been time to possibly talk about her being possibly the greatest athlete of all time. Of course, Tiger's up there, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan. It's certain people, LeBron. It's certain people up there that you're going to put up there that's, you're going to talk about being the best athlete of all time. But when you're playing a sport where it's just you, like Tiger Woods, like Muhammad Ali, like Serena, and you are dominating it. And I'm talking about dominating it for like the last 20 years. Like her winning percentage is 85.75%. I'm sure it's probably up or down a little bit depending on the last few matches. Well, it's up because she hasn't lost, of course. She has 72 career titles. She has the most money all-time ranking. As far as, the Grand Slam singles, she's won the Australian Open 7 times, the French Open 3 times, Wimbledon 7 times. Trying to make it 8 today. Again, she'll be on shortly. Maybe it started. They keep pushing it back for whatever reason. She's won the U.S. Open 6 times. Grand Slam Tour Final. She's won gold medals in the Olympics. Overall, she is just dominating. She's going to definitely go down as the best female tennis athlete of all time. But I think it's time, again, to start talking about her domination overall. As an overall athlete, back when Venus first came out, her father came and said, yeah, Venus is good, but Serena is better. and she has come out improving time and time again. I remember it's so dominating that at times you take it for granted. You're like, you know what, she's just going to be there. I was watching her match the other day. She was down in the first set, so she lost the first set. I'm like, no worries, she'll get back. And sure enough, I guess she hadn't played the particular player in a while. She wound up remembering how she played, and she dominated her for the next 2 sets. So that's kind of what Serena does. The way that she just gets out here and just dominates games. She's hitting the ball as hard as some of the male on the men's tour. So that alone is really showing something. And to come from a pregnancy that she has so many problems with, is as if she's never left. She's in the final today without missing a beat. And of course, I'm sure she's the favorite. I think that's very good, and it goes to testament to the type of player she is, how much work she puts in, and when she puts her focus in, she really can put her focus in and dominate at any time. And to think about it, a lot of tennis players play till they're old, like not golf old, but they play till they're old. She's like 36 now, so she still can have a good 4 or 5 years in her of domination. So imagine where she's going to continue to push her legacy. So what's on my mind today is we need to start talking about Serena being possibly one of the greatest athletes of all time. That's what's on my mind.
Yep, so I definitely agree. I've been saying that for a while. I've said this maybe 5 years ago that she's top 5. So, and right now, I mean, I know we had a discussion. You were saying it doesn't matter in top 5. I'm saying that she's moving up the ladder. She's top 3. Possibly. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
and it's when you're playing when you're it's just you,
right?
You know what I mean? That's why you can put Tiger up there. That's why you can put Muhammad up there, because it was just them. You're playing a single person sport as opposed to playing a team sport where everyone else is goes into you winning, goes into your greatness. It's her alone, and then you can throw in the doubles championship that she's won with her sister.
Right. So yeah,
it's even worse.
So we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to throw this in, but you're a beast when you still number 1 and you play for the Chicago Bulls. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Right.
You're tuned into WWE Hapeville, AM 1100.
The opinions expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports?
I don't believe it! It's a touchdown!
Entertainment?
Are you not entertained?
And other special interest talk shows?
Well, isn't that special?
All on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the Real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
What's good, family? I'm Marlon Sucker Free Jones, a Sucker Free Life LLC, and I'm locked in every Saturday to the best sports show on the planet, the 3-point conversion, with no team or no players off limits. So let's talk sports, the best of the best, the worst of the worst, and everything in between. Can you dig that?
No mercy. Don't let up on him. Go hard on him, Mr. Controversy. Hit him with the stop it button.
All right, we are back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. And this time where I want to thank everyone who's listening live, watching us on Facebook Live, listening to 1100 AM, iHeartRadio Now, tune in. We appreciate your support. We don't take it for granted, always. And we also want to thank someone right now that just moved back to Douglasville, Georgia, that's getting their haircut right now in the barbershop, in the chair, Mr. Tony Mitchell. Hey, man. You already know how I feel, bro. You know I appreciate you, man. This is a good guy. Man of his word, always looking to help anyone out he can. You know, one of those guys that has integrity and just a good guy to know. Always somebody to have on your team, man. This is Mr. Tony Mitchell, man. I do, and Cindy Cuts, appreciate you, for you coming in and listening, man. And 3-Point Conversion, appreciate you for listening to the show today. Hopefully you continue to listen. And right now, it is time for the most infamous, the most famous Stop It segment. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yes, S-T-O-P, new word, I-T. Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, D, it's on you. What do you have?
Yes. Got a pretty good stop it this week. So earlier we was talking about, the NFL situations and everything that's going on, and we mentioned Kellen Winslow. Well, one of the people that he quote unquote sexually assaulted or did anything with was a homeless woman. They state that she was a homeless woman, and the reports are that when she was in the courtroom, they asked her to identify Kellen Winslow, and she identified as lawyer. So she can't even remember who was the person that actually sexually assaulted her. So she gonna need to stop it for that.
Stop it.
That's just ridiculous for you to
Stop
be able to make these claims or whatever the case may be, and you can't even identify the assailant who was supposedly sexually assaulting you or whatever it is that he was supposed to be doing to you. That alone is crazy myself.
You know what? The crazy part about that is, like, how in the world see, that's what, I don't know. I just hope stuff that happened with, like, Bill Cosby and all of that, but she just jump in out of nowhere and then
I mean, it's definitely bad, but he got a whole lot of stuff he needs to be worried about.
But I'm just saying the fact that how in the world you say, oh yeah, he did it, and then you you pick the wrong person. But anyway,
hey, they look similar though.
Whatever, man.
But you can't pick the wrong person.
You can't pick the wrong person.
You think that's why he got that lawyer?
I don't know. Stupid. All right, so my stop it moment. So we all know who Mr. Ben McAdoo, all the NFL fans, Ben McAdoo, former New York Giants coach. So if you don't know, he was a coach of the New York Giants, and he's most famous now for benching Eli Manning for a player named Geno Smith. And he should just get a stopper for that too, G. I know this is not my stopper, but he should get a stopper for that.
Stop it.
But so he broke Eli Manning's record, 210 game streak, record as far as starting, and he broke it in the season just to play Geno for I don't know what. And then the next week, he started back Eli. This week, he came out and he said that the Giants made the smart move by not picking the quarterback with the second overall pick.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
You want to know what the key to that whole thing is? How you started off the stop it. What's the first thing you said? Former New York Giants coach. That's why he the former coach.
Yeah,
his whole tenure there was a debacle.
It's just the fact that you come in and you broke this man's record, and now you're saying that they did a smart thing by not picking the quarterback. Why?
Mind your business. You shouldn't even comment on it.
It's weird because it's one of those situations to where they had one good year with him as the offensive coordinator. Oh, let's make him the head coach now. And that's always going to turn out terrible.
The worst decision ever.
And then you benched Eli. You were already like 0-6 or whatever. I don't think changing the quarterback is going to like turn your season around, especially not turning to Geno Smith. Nothing against Geno Smith, but he's a career backup.
Especially when you get fired.
And then look at Coughlin. What he's doing. He's just winning in Jacksonville, right?
And McAdoo was fired when he benched Eli. Like, you can't come back from that, especially because you went back to him. It's too late.
Yeah.
Damage is done.
You dropped the ball. It's over with.
Yeah, man. Then remember, he was like, you know, I'm not. He's like, I know I'm the head coach or whatever he said. He's like, I'm not the guy's motivator. I'm not here to motivate the players.
Oh, well, yeah, you need to, yeah. That's his own job. He can't even go to the unemployment line because you got yourself fired.
I'm not here to motivate the players.
What you here for? That's what coaches do.
Right.
One of their main jobs is to motivate players.
Now, like I said before, he should have came out and said, "Look, if they're looking for me just to motivate them to get up to play, then that's the wrong."
He could have phrased it different.
Yeah,
he could have phrased it
but
different.
to say I'm not here to motivate players, boy. What?
Come get this last check.
Right, for real.
Clean out your locker. Security, walk him out.
That concludes our Stop It segment. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back to talk about, man, did that really happen? We'll be right back.
Let me break down to y'all what's so dope about the three-point conversion. First of all, everybody is a fan of the game first. Second of all, everybody is a student of the game second. And third of all, we're the average sports fan just like everybody else. We're not coming in here, walking with our nose tipped high, acting snooty, acting brand new. This is a grassroots organization. Bar none. The three-point conversion, where fans' opinions matter. Be sure to visit the website www.the3pointconversion.com. Get your fix, get your articles, multimedia, and everything else that you, as a sports fan, need. So again, the3pointconversion.com. It's where it's at, man, where fans' opinions matter.
Tune your radio.
Tune in.
Now.
You can tune into this radio station on any smartphone or tablet.
iPhone,
Android,
BlackBerry,
Nokia,
Samsung,
Windows phones,
or whatever you have. Download the free TuneIn app from your phone or tablet's app store.
Tune in with music, sports, news, and comedy.
From over 70,000 radio stations around the world, including this Beasley Broadcast Group station. Check it out at tunein.com.
Or your app store.
The sun's out, the kids are home, and you're ready to make this summer one they'll never forget. Well, gather up the family and head over to Lake Winnie, the South's favorite family amusement park, and Sokia Water Park, where there's excitement for everyone. The little ones light up on the flying elephants and the bumblebee ride. Get your thrill-seeking hearts racing as you experience 4.6 G's of excitement on the Ozone. Splash down on the Winnie 500 racing slides and brave the spins of the Wild Twister. With so much to offer and so close to home, Lake Winnie and Sokia are the perfect place for any family to have fun together. Come enjoy our spectacular Independence Day fireworks display on July 2nd and 4th starting at 10 p.m. Now open every day. On Thursdays, bring a canned food item and save $5 on an unlimited ride and slide ticket. Sponsored by WRCB-TV. For more information, call 877-525-3946 or visit lakewinnie.com.
Sit back and relax. You're back in the three-point conversion with Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual.
Yes, we are back inside the three-point conversion sports lounge. Mr. Controversy, the intellectual.
We having
G,
fun times in here, man.
And Miss Crystal Dayon. All right, y'all. What y'all got going on this weekend?
Nothing, man. I'm chilling. It's a rainy weekend, man. You already know, too. Already some other stuff going on. It is what it is.
I have no idea. It's rainy, but I have all this energy, and it feels in my mind like the sun is shining outside.
Yeah,
even though I'm very well aware that it's not.
You gonna go to Piedmont and read and get rained on?
No. It
You
won't
can't go
be
in the house. You're gonna
activity.
be bouncing off the walls if you go in the house.
I know. I need to go to the movies. I need to see Sorry to Bother You.
Yeah, that looks like it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I've been
What's
hearing
going on
great
with you,
things
G?
about it.
I'm probably gonna go home and take a nap.
That's like a reoccurring theme.
That's all right.
I don't go to the movies as much as I used to, but Sorry to Bother You, it looks interesting.
It does.
Like they had a screening last week, and the director did a Q&A after. I missed that.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's definitely a movie I want to see.
Okay. I'm chilling today, but the 3-point conversion, man, we're gonna be busy this weekend. We have to cover the Atlanta United game, and also we're gonna cover the Atlanta Dream game, which is being played around the same time. So, but we'll be there. So, you know how we get down.
Yeah.
All right. So this next segment is called "Is This Really Happening?" and we're gonna turn it over to Mr. G.
All right, so this is Is This Really Happening? In which we look for strange, bizarre stories related to sports, maybe. And we'll talk to the esteemed panel here, and they'll determine which story is the weirdest. So if you've this particular player that I read about, he once said that AAU basketball is terrible and stupid, and he also said he would never get into coaching. And today he is actually an AAU coach.
I knew that was coming.
Wow.
So, of course, I am talking about Kobe Bryant.
Whoa.
What?
He coaches his daughter Gianna's AAU team. Of course, they are called the Mambas. And some people think he is doing a little too much as far as being an AAU coach. He records their practices, and he goes home and studies tape. He encourages the girls to, if they're right-handed, to go the whole day without using their right hand. Like brush your teeth with your left hand. You know, eat your cereal with your left hand.
They don't know what they just got started with. They must not know, because he is like he is on that. Like that's how he gonna be. Like in the house, tying her right hand behind her back, telling her you cannot use your right hand.
So look, do you think that his daughter wanted him to be the coach?
At first, she probably was cool with it, but now as she's going through it, she probably like, hold on, hold on. But he probably also doing it trying to change the narrative of AAU.
No, right. I get that.
Yeah, he has to leave
like
a mark.
that.
He has to make a mark.
But it's so
do it.
that is good that he's doing it, but it's still kind of like,
what?
Wow, like because he said he hated. But I think that's cool because that's like, with me and media, man. The reason why I got into the media is because I hated the media, and I felt the way they represented sports and the way they try to manipulate things. I said I was going to go in and I was going to change that, and that's the whole point of me getting into it. So I respect him. I feel it. It's still like,
what?
Kobe,
right? Kobe,
Coach
Kobe. Dude.
And you know how he is, man. He's gonna have them girls crying, going back home.
Look, body tied.
I was just watching this video. Shout out to Mr. Lynn Sanity. Jeremy Lin just got traded to the Atlanta Hawks. But I was watching this video when he was with the Lakers, and in practice, and Kobe was getting in him. And he was guarding him. Go ahead, shoot. You can't do anything. Go shoot. See, we took that broke shot. You weak, and you cussing at him and doing a whole practice over, he's still in his face. Cut. I was like,
Bobby done stole on Kobe. Boy, you better get out of my face. I know I'm gonna get cut right after, but I know I'm gonna get cut right after, but.
Oh, and of course, with this being Kobe Bryant, of course, the Mambas run the triangle offense.
He teaching young girls how to run the triangle offense, and there's NBA players that have admitted that they could not figure it out.
Right.
So you know what this means, right? This means that whoever's on that team when they come out,
they're gonna be ready. They're gonna be.
He's gonna have about like 7
girls get to college,
WNBA, or go to overseas, wherever. But yeah,
and also keep in mind that his oldest daughter wants to play basketball at UConn. So, and he's already calling Gino Auriemma to get coaching advice.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be there. Pretty sure.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want? If you know Kobe's daughter is being coached by Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, just the basketball IQ alone.
I see about 6 Diana Taurasi's on that. I haven't even seen the team, but it's about 6 Diana Taurasi's on this roster right now. I can tell, or it's going to be molded into.
And he's teaching them the older Kobe, right? The grown Kobe. Not the 24-year-old that was getting into it with Shaq Kobe, right?
Right.
Like the older, the more mature Kobe, right? So yeah, that'll be good. What you got? What else you got for us, G?
All right. So, do you guys use Twitter?
Yeah, somewhat.
Not for real.
I have a Twitter account, but I don't use it all that much.
Sounds like me.
Twitter has been, I believe Facebook is doing this too. They're purging all the fake accounts, all the ones to where the profile picture is just an egg, or anybody that has been impersonating any celebrity or anything like that. All these unverified fake accounts. So one person has been affected because he lost about half his followers after Twitter purged all the fake accounts. And that would be newly inducted Hall of Famer Ray Lewis. He was at 712,000, and he quickly dropped to 364,000.
Oh.
And it was yesterday where Twitter cut all these fake accounts. And that leads me to believe that, and people can do this, you can buy followers.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So Ray Lewis bought Twitter followers?
Yeah.
It's probably his team. It's probably his team because the thing is, I don't know if he was buying them. I don't think he was buying them because I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm close to that situation. Look, listen. So what happens is some of the celebrities, whoever's running their account, they just go in and anybody that follows them or anybody that likes whatever, they will follow. So all of a sudden, one day, I wrote an article about Ray Lewis. I shared it with Ray Lewis on Twitter. About 5 minutes later, I get a follow from Ray Lewis. I'm like, oh, snap. Like, is this real? He's saying this stuff, preaching, whatever. So the account is real, but still, that's how they do it. So I don't know if he bought his followers. But speaking about that, and I know I'm bogus for this, but it's a young man. I'm not even going to say his name. It's a young man that was, he was kind of cruel to the three-point conversion. He was cool at first, but he started getting beside himself, and he had all these followers, and he had a blue check mark. He still does, and he had over 100,000. And one day got on my post on Facebook and told me, your friends are classless, and they need to do this and do that, and for all of this stuff. So me being who I am, I got in him like, yo, bro, don't come on my post talking about my friends or people. If you can't take the heat, leave, bro. And you just have some hoodlum friends and all of this. That's what he said. So I'm going back and forth, and finally he gets mad, and he, I guess this is the move that's supposed to hurt feelings. He unfriends me. Okay. So he unfriends me. So whatever. So this is like 4 years ago. So now all of a sudden, the 3-point conversion is starting to pop, right? We're starting to be everywhere. He's seeing us. I'm not friends with him, whatever, but he's seeing us because we're everywhere now. All of a sudden, I get a friend request. So I can't say what I want to say on the radio, but no, you know.
I'm cool, fam.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and I kind of want you to say his name, but I don't want him to get the extra recognition
I'm
that may come along with it.
So let's move forward to yesterday. He had his rebuttal was to me, well, I have 100,000 followers.
Okay.
And this and that and that. So that's who I thought he was talking about. So this joker, his account gets cut from 100,000 to like 50,000.
Yeah.
And word is, because of this, he lost his job. He lied about who he had and all of his followers. So
karma.
This is believable.
Karma.
And he bought it. It wasn't like he bought it. I know he bought it.
Instagram need to do it too, though, because I'm tired of, if I get another person selling weave following me,
man,
I'm going to go crazy.
Look,
I'm going to go crazy.
I thought it was me.
Luxury.
Yeah, I don't want no weave. I don't want none. I'm good.
I thought it was me until it was 2 days ago at my second job. I saw it was a young lady was talking, and I don't know. I think she was, I work in the phone business, so we're trying to, show me how to use the phone. And her Instagram was up. And I saw the same person that follows me with all the hair weaves, or you just see was following her. I'm like, no. I thought it was just us because we.
Bro, I'm talking about every 2 days.
Bruh.
I got a new person selling weave. I don't want none. I'm good. I'm straight on the weave. I'm going to let mine grow naturally. I'm straight on it.
I have a theory about why that happens, because I get that too. I think I watched too many videos of dudes getting the weave, like you see,
like in Pinterest or something like that. Yeah, or YouTube or anything. Yeah,
who's like he's totally bald, and then in 5 seconds he has dreadlocks.
Right.
I watched that video too many times.
Yeah, and it probably is that because anything that you talk on the phone, you Google search or anything is going to be on your Instagram.
No, it's not.
Say it out loud.
No, it's not because I don't know because I don't look. That's not the reason because I don't look at none of that stuff, and I still get them. So I'm like, yo, how am I getting this? Yo. Maybe because with barbershops and stuff
all
like that.
All of that,
exactly.
man. All of that, the algorithm, all of that plays into it.
What you search on Instagram,
anything.
And if it's connected to your Facebook, they're going to include that too.
No, you're having a conversation.
Yeah, you can have a conversation.
Something about weed.
Or going to Top Golf, it's going to show up. Are you going to have up and down your...
Look, they probably have it to where if you just say food, it's just...
I'm telling you, say something about Popeyes, you're going to have chicken all up and down all up and down your time.
I thought you were about to say you're going to have the lady with the weed.
Man, you're going to have chicken all up and down there. You're going to be in there like, man, I guess I...
Look, you probably might have say Popeyes, you might have the hair with the weave on that too.
I'm telling you. You're going to say, man, let me go get a weave while I'm eating some Popeyes. Might as well. Don't forget the Cajun Sparkle.
But no, man, that's crazy about Ray Lewis, though, man. Like, SS.
So what do you think? Is it weird that he bought followers, or that Kobe is actually coaching?
No, it's
the triangle
Kobe.
offense.
I say Kobe.
I'm totally going with Kobe.
Kobe, not only the triangle, but after saying he wouldn't be a coach, he's being a coach. And the coaching bug does something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it may be AAU now, right?
Mm-hmm.
The next thing you know,
exactly.
it's he's on an NBA bench, or because I wouldn't expect him to take the AAU high school college route.
Do you think that Penny Hardaway goes there because he's in AAU, then he's in high school.
See,
and now he's
at Memphis. Yeah, I could easily send him being successful there. You got to think about it. He's probably gonna have a great recruiting class because he's Penny Hardaway, right? So he has a good recruiting class, does good in Memphis, and then the next step would be the NBA. It wouldn't be far fetched, and I'm not saying 5-10 years. I'm saying within the next few years.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you, man. Because, like I said, when it's something that you hate, and you get into it, you're gonna make sure that it's not what it is that you hate about it.
Exactly.
So,
Mike Bibby doing this thing in the high school. He's high school coaching too. He's doing this thing too.
Yeah, but he need to get tested for HGH or something.
Why the big three gonna test for anything?
Not the big three,
Right.
anybody. But I'm saying
you can use the cannabis CBE.
CBD. But no, I'm just saying because Mike Bibby, that Joker look all of a sudden
huge.
Man, dude, what you?
He eating and lifting. That's it.
Jose Canseco got jealous. Just put it like that. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? This your boy Marcus Banks to the Big Three of the Ghost Ballers. You listening to the Sports Lounge with my main man, Mr. Controversy.
Are you tired of limiting yourself from tasty food because you want to eat healthy? Well, Salad Express will fix that problem for you. Salad Express is a gourmet salad and grill restaurant that gives you multiple options to satisfy your taste buds and keep you healthy. They have over 40 toppings, which are all cut fresh daily, and 7 homemade soups, including chili. You can also order hot sandwiches and wraps, with choices like grilled chicken, steak, salmon, and shrimp, which can all be added to salad as well. Go ahead and visit them today at 1055 Mansell Road, Suite 600 in Roswell, Georgia. Your taste buds will thank you.
Sit back with me, the baseball antagonist. Pull up your favorite chair, grab a drink, and listen as Mr. Controversy helps us relax with his sports knowledge in the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge, right here on the 3-Point Conversion Station.
Hey guys, this is LA from the 3-Point Conversion. I just wanted to ask you, how impressed are you with Mahmoud hitting the 2 game winners and playing the way that he's been playing at the age of 51?
I was just going to say something real quick. I'm not surprised no more. And he's 49, but I'm not surprised no more. I kind of expected.
No, I agree, kid. We're not surprised because that guy's one of the greatest shooters we've ever seen. In the NBA, he was great, and in the Big Three, he's still phenomenal. And let me tell you something. Gary Payton put him back in. I think he kind of took him out because he was small. Defensively, Tri-State was trying to take advantage of him. Every team tries to take advantage of him and try to post him on the low block. But what Gary has figured out is that teams have trouble guarding him. And so he says, I'm going to make them match up to him and just try to give him a little help on the low post. But I think 2 out of 3 game-winning shots is pretty phenomenal. This guy, you don't ever want to leave him open if the game is on the line or at any point in the game. And so that's one of the things that makes the Big Three so great is you got to have good shooters. And if you got great shooters, you're going to have spacing to operate for the other guys.
You know, it's a thing like this. When he missed, I'm more surprised when he missed than when he make it. That just tells you how good that he really is a master when it comes to basketball. And so it's a treat to watch him play.
All right, that was Mr. Ice Cube and Clyde Drexler, the Hall of Famer, talking about Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. And actually, this was right before Friday's game. And then you see what happened Friday. He, once again, made the game-winning play by acting like he was about to take a shot. And he split the double team with a bounce pass, and they dunked it in for the game-winning winner on a tight game. So big ups to the Big Three, man. The game is that sport is taking off, y'all. I'm telling you, I better get on this train and ride it because, and I'm not even saying that just on some fact that we cover the Big Three. No, right now the Big Three is they're for real, man. The games are intense, and it's funny because you get the best of both worlds in a sense. Like the players now are more fit and they're playing better. But then, so you get that kind of NBA type feel because the way, they have cohesiveness and everything. But then you get that street talk where these guys are friends, man, but they're actually battling and getting each other's face.
Yeah, on that court, we're not friends.
Right.
Not friends,
and that's what
Bonzi
Wells said. They asked him, I can't think of the guy who was playing because I can't remember who it was, but him and Bonzi Wells was going at it. So, in the Big Three, they allow you to be able to talk to the players, while they're on the bench, whatever. And he was like, yeah, man. He's like, I mean, he's a great guy off the court. He's like, but between these lines, I hate him. I hate him.
Pig.
And that's what it's about. So shout out to the Big Three. Like I said, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. And it's funny because, and I promise you I didn't even do this for this time, but he actually goes to Sidney Cuz barbershop. That's where he gets his haircut. I just thought about that too. But, yeah, man, it's a shout out to the Big Three. But speaking of the Big Three,
let's talk about the Big Five.
It's a Big Five now in Golden State. And for the Warriors now, of course, if you don't know, they signed Boogie for 1 year for about $5 million. And a lot of people been asking the question, is this screwing up the NBA? Adam Silver came on and said he doesn't think so. I mean, but what do you expect for him to say? You know what I'm saying? So that's like you asking your child, is he cute? Or you think your daughter's cute? And what you expect the mother or the father to say? So, but I want to know what you all say. G, I'll start with you. Do you think that the NBA is ruined because of Golden State, or Golden State is ruining the NBA?
Anytime that there's a team that is dominating and they're having a lot of success, they're winning multiple championships, someone's always going to feel that way. I sometimes talk to my mom about sports, and I try to keep it as rare as possible. But she would sometimes would pick a Super Bowl team to win because, it's their turn to win. And that's not something I believe in, to where it's someone else's turn to win a championship. You keep winning until you don't. And these other teams just need to get better, or they need to pay attention to what the Warriors are doing, because they're thinking years ahead of everyone else. Even though with Cousins, it kind of just fell into their lap. But with Kevin Durant, that was like a 3-year plan to get him. And they also drafted well. And a lot of teams don't draft or scout well, it seems like. And I don't think they're ruining the NBA. I like that a team is being dominant, because now everyone else has to chase you. And that's interesting to me. So what moves do these teams make? Because you got to catch the Warriors. The Lakers, they're trying to catch the Warriors. What the Rockets did last year, they even came out and said, we're obsessed with beating the Warriors. Mm-hmm. So these other teams just have to chase them, and you keep winning until you don't win.
Yeah, I agree with him. I don't think it's messing up the league. Again, you look at their blueprint. They drafted Clay. They drafted Steph. They drafted Dre. They picked up Iguodala on they signed them as a free agent. And then they was able to open up the bank for Durant. And like you say, Boogie fell in their lap. Maybe you need to think about not just, of course, the scouting, because they do a real well job in scouting, whether it's the players they draft, things like that. The front office, imagine a player that's willing to take $5 million to come play for you. So it's not just about, well, of course we know it's all about winning, but it's also about, the basketball IQ. The things that they did. They got JaVale McGee when nobody wanted to get him, right? He went on to win 2 championships back to back with him, right? And he played a important role. It wasn't like he was like the Shaq and the Fool JaVale McGee. He was JaVale McGee. And it's turned him into a contract with the Lakers. Now other teams are going to look at him differently. I think it's not just about their winning. It's about the overall culture. And I think that had an impact on Kevin Durant going over there. It's fun. It's nice to be there. You're in the Bay Area. You're able to do investments, tech startups. So you're doing a lot of different things that go along with that. I feel like, man, everybody else need to get their game up. Houston was right there. They almost was going to beat them. I think they've taken steps back now. I don't think they're even going to be able to compete. I think the players that they lost was very impactful to their defense. So I think that's going to be big for them. Like you said, the Lakers are doing it. They're trying to get up there. And, I mean, that's the way the game goes. And if you want to sit back and, excuse me, look at teams, there's always been usually 3 to 4, 5 maybe teams that kind of controls the NBA. There's always some good teams, but it's always either the Lakers, Bulls, Celtics, Knicks, and another team. So, I mean, this is what it is, and until other people either figure out their front office, their scouting, whatever the case may be, this is what it's going to look like for a few more years.
Well, I'm torn. It's hard to say they're ruining the league because, yes, they have all the stars, but at the same time, the way they play, they don't play like a super team. They share the ball. It's ball movement. It's really, you really don't care who scores, and I think that point, right there, this is how the NBA should be playing. I mean, why not should we copy the Golden State Warriors? I mean, because like I said, it usually you think about the super teams, it's funny because even with Miami, they shared the ball, but it was more of LeBron passing, but it was LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh. Whereas when you look at Golden State, everyone who plays, they're
got the green light.
It don't matter who has the ball. I mean, but not even the green light, but everybody passes the ball. I don't care who it is. You're just running the play. Yeah. Now, Steph has it where he could shoot when he's clear, but you want that, of course. But then on the flip side, and shout out to Damian Adams. Check his show out, The Real Deal with Damian Adams, every Tuesday on the 3-Point Conversion station on Spreaker. I'm going to go with what he said. The players, I understand it's a fun culture, it's great, hooray. But come on, Durant. Come on, bro. I mean, come on. All right. Boogie, I understand, because nobody really wanted to sign Boogie. So I get that. But Durant, come on, baby. Let's try to win one on your own. Let's be great.
Right. That's why I say that's going to affect his legacy. And even with the Boogie, though, I hear that.
I can't agree with. Why do you want the players to suffer?
Not suffer. Be great. So why didn't Jordan suffer? Why did Hakeem suffer?
Because the Bulls made a concerted effort to build a team around him, and they were successful. With Houston, it worked like his second year they went to the finals with Hakeem, but they had to retool the roster around Hakeem, and they were successful. With Durant in Oklahoma City, they failed him.
How do they, bruh? They don't fail you when you're up 3-1 in the conference finals.
You fail yourself.
And because of you didn't play well. Hold on, they set their team up to be, you look at their roster. That roster was a great, and OKC probably the best when it comes to drafting. Look at all the players that they had.
Yeah, just drafting, though.
But
I told you about their front office.
Right, I know that, but I'm saying they're drafting. So as far as I'm saying, they didn't look out as far as the team. No. Now, I get it. Their front office, that's why he left, though. He left because the front office is horrible. I get that. But what I'm saying is,
they failed him.
Right.
Why not go to
and they hired Billy Donovan. I do not trust him as a coach.
Why not go to another? You got your chip. Man,
they had all this talent, and you don't bring in a coach that can potentially
bring
you over the top.
Right.
You bring in a guy who's never coached in the NBA before?
Billy Donovan. And look at him. You can see him. So in the series they lost to Utah, right? So he was badly outcoached, horribly outcoached. And throughout the season, he was outcoached. I mean, not outcoached, but throughout the season, the coaching was so bad, he couldn't even incorporate Carmelo Anthony into the team. Carmelo was just out there. Just pass him the ball and shoot. OKC dropped the ball.
And I'm not saying
they're going to suffer for a long time for that.
I'm not saying stay with OKC if you felt that way, but you could have went.
I feel like he should go home.
He could have went, home. I'm just saying
it's
somewhere,
not Golden
bro.
State's fault they could afford him.
Yeah, no, it's not.
No,
It's not. But I think it's
that's
going to
why-
tarnish. His legacy is.
But that's why I said I didn't blame Golden State. That's
I
that's
feel
what
like
I'm saying,
I feel like he'll never be able to say he's on LeBron's level.
But I think it's the history will remember the teams that were dominant rather than the teams that like had to inch and crawl their way to a championship.
One more quick thing, but I think he may not. So how I just said he may not be able to ever be compared to LeBron because of the legacy and him going to Golden State. He may not even care about that like we may care about it. Like I've never that's something we got to think about. Like maybe that's not what their goal is.
Yeah, they don't.
You know what I mean? Their goal is to win ships and get this money
and play with friends
and play with their friends.
So we're going to take a quick break and we will be right back.
There's a lot going on in the world, and your world is always changing. That's why it's important to stay connected. The latest news, the latest entertainment, the newest music. If it's in the air or on the air, it can be in the palm of your hand, wherever you are, with the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Over 1,500 live radio stations from across the country, and over 15 million songs to create your own custom stations. Text IHR to 45495 to download the app or listen at iHeartRadio.com. Standard text and data rates apply.
Hey, what's going on, sports fans? It's your boy Damian Adams from The Real Deal with Damian Adams. Now, you can catch my show on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time here on the 3-Point Conversion Station. But for right now, I'm listening to the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge with my man, Mr. Controversy. Always keeping it real, always keeping it raw. I can't miss out on this on my Saturday mornings, so keep it locked to the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
You're back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge with Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual.
You all know what that means. That is Battlegrounds. No, we're not about to have a Battlegrounds matchup right now, but I just put out something on, it was actually, I think it was Facebook, and some people responded and said they'll do it. So whoever's listening now, let us know, man, if you want to participate in this Battlegrounds. If you know sports, you always talk about you know sports, let us know. Let us know right now. So, we're back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge, and it's time to talk some baseball. As we mentioned earlier, the Braves are a game and a half back. So we'll see what they do. This is time to grow up. You know, they're still right there. Can't get their heads down. Take a deep breath and.
Who thought Philly would be leading the division? Season started.
Who thought those two?
They supposed to be they both were supposed to be in the rebuild. Look at them.
Yep. So yeah, but the All-Star is coming up on Tuesday night, and then of course you have the All-Star event, the main All-Star event, the home run derby.
Monday usually. Right?
And I like it's Monday, and I like. I like it. Well, I ain't gonna say I like. It's cool what they have. It's okay. I'm just tired of these All-Star events, and they're not putting in these All-Star players. And now I get it. Javi is an All-Star. He's starting. Bryce Harper is starting. Freddie Freeman is starting. I get, Jesus Aguilar. I get all that they're doing well in home runs, but my thing is we still want to see the stars. And I'm talking about Aaron Judge. I'm calling Aaron Judge out
Right.
Where are you? Stanton. And this is the thing
Did
with
Stanton make it?
No.
He said that he wouldn't play if he wouldn't do the home run derby if he made it. So he
I thought that was Harper.
Oh,
Harper said he would do it if he
would do it if he made it.
Right. Yeah. I thought Stanton said that he wouldn't do it if he made the team.
And see, and this is my problem with that. So you look at NBA. Sometimes I get with NBA because you don't want you dunking. You don't want to mess around.
Hurt yourself.
And hurt because you leap in, you coming up, and you can say that with baseball. You can strain something. No, whatever. No, it's not. You take batting practice every day. So baseball.
That's a lot of energy, though, dog.
You're on a break. You're not playing a what? What's the energy though? So that energy.
I mean, it just depends.
No, hold on.
What I mean by
so with them being tired, what I'm saying is, with them being tired, is that going to affect them in the second part of the season?
Right.
they tired that day.
I'm not saying that though. Right. Like the base. It's not a weekend. It's usually Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Right.
It's Monday and Tuesday. That's it.
Right. And I'm saying they usually get Wednesday off. Probably Wednesday.
Right.
They play usually Thursday. Baseball has one of the longest seasons in the period, and it take a lot of energy. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I don't know.
I'm not
them boys be huffing and puffing after that's why they be taking them breaks.
Right, but you doing this for the kids, right? That's what we say. They especially baseball, MLB.
Right.
Give the kids what they want to see, man. We want to see we all know that Bryce Harper was doing this so he can get in. I get that. That was the whole purpose of saying that. And it worked. But still, the fact that he's in and he's playing, it's still great to see. Javi is having a great year, and that's my dude. I'm a Cubs fan, but I don't want to see Javi in the home run derby.
I mean,
I'm rooting for him.
I get it, and I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? But it's like they need breaks too sometimes. You know what I mean? And I get it. This their job.
They get breaks during the season.
You sound just like a fan.
Well, what about the
sound just like a fan.
Yeah, they get breaks during the season.
Right. Yeah, because you said Stanton's not in it, but he's not on the All-Star team. He was in the final vote. He didn't make it. JD Martinez leads the majors in home runs.
Why is he not in it?
He's not in the home run derby. There's someone else missing here that should be. Someone else on the Red Sox should probably be in it.
Oh, somebody in the Red Sox should be in it. Yeah, and then
I mean, aside from JD Martinez,
but why? I know Judge won it.
Judge got spooked. He got spooked by last year because he struggled after the home run derby, after the All-Star break, and he struggled for the rest of the season, even though he still finished with 52.
So that one day cost you.
But what if it did?
How can it cost you? How can it keep you from playing well for the rest of the season? It's one you're swinging the bat, so you got that tired where when you get to the second half of the season you can't produce anymore. No, it's not that type of event.
How do you know?
Because it's not that type of event.
What type of event? That's a lot of energy. So it's not regular batting practice.
Regular batting practice where you just hit the ball.
But one event is going to cost you the rest of the.
How long is that event though, dog?
So that one event is going to cost you the rest of the season?
It possibly did. Have you hit a home run?
You don't need to be
before?
playing then.
I'm asking, have you hit a home run before?
How long is normal? How many pitches do you take in a normal batting practice?
About the same they do. It's the same.
No, you out there until
remember
they're
it's
out
breaks,
there for a while.
But it's breaks in between. You got I'm gonna go up, then you got TV timeout.
Yeah, but you got like one round of batting practice,
and not just that, right? And you got to think about someone like Judge that let's say he hits 20 in the first round, right? So that's 20, and then he gets 10 more outs, right? So that's 30, right? That's a lot, man.
So again, you get tired one game, one event, and you think that's going to cost you the rest. That's all I'm saying. I understand you're tired. If you just say, look, I want to rest, I don't want to get tired. I get that. But you think.
It's like you're taking batting practice for maybe 10, 15 minutes on a normal day.
I get that. I'm not.
But here you're taking batting practice for like
2 hours. 2 hours.
No,
it's a workout.
So again, if you just say I'm tired, I don't want to do it, that's fine. But don't say because it's going to affect the rest of the season.
He said maybe that's probably why it could have been. Let's say it wasn't even him being tired, right? What if it was just a jinx? It just jinxed him.
So now we believe in a jinx.
And look, like I said, he got spooked.
He got spooked. I know he did. He got spooked, but I'm just whatever, man.
See, then that's when it goes into.
But he won though.
Is it more about the fans enjoying, or me about being a productive baseball player?
Ken Griffey did it. It messed him up. There's a lot of players that wanted
the rules were different.
Right. It's a lot of
the
things
rules
that's
were
different.
Well, not
they were different because like you could hit like 8.
2.5 outs.
Yeah, like
you can hit 8,
right, and win. These boys be out here.
20.
Stanton was out there like this last year.
So quick. So we talked about that quickly. Let's talk about. I want to take an extra minute, G. The All-Star game in itself is the most purest All-Star game out there. Why can't anybody else follow what they're doing? I mean, and I know, like you said, because players, you don't want to get hurt. In baseball, you don't have to worry about getting hurt. But at the same time, you're playing baseball. It's like you're playing the actual sport. The pitchers are pitching 100 miles per hour. People steal bases.
Well, in basketball, you're more so looking for offense. Right, you want to see flashy, you want to see dunks, you want to see that. Yeah. So that's why the score is always 200 to 210 or something.
But
right?
But I'm saying they don't play. They still don't. And I understand because
it gets competitive though. Like toward like that last 5 minutes in the fourth quarter or the fourth quarter, depending on the score, they start playing defense now.
Right,
it gets a little
right
now. As far as football, I don't have a clue. You know what? I think it's more so injuries in football.
Yeah, and I understand.
Injuries,
I understand.
And I don't know. Is it a situation where maybe they need to get rid of it? You know what I mean? Because you got to think about it. Do you watch the Pro Bowl?
Well, they try to make the rules to where
right,
exactly. To where nobody really gets hit. You can't blitz. You can only play a 4-3.
Right, so I get that,
but I'm saying, what are we watching though? Right, as a fan,
exactly.
You like,
what are we watching? So tying it back to the MLB, that's why I say it's the most purest All-Star game because you get to see the matchups you want to see,
and that's great. But I don't like the results of the winning team hosts the World Series. I don't agree with that.
They stopped doing that.
Oh, they did. Okay, I was gonna say that was.
Right.
Oh my dude, that was.
I hated that. So
I could end up the season with the best record in years.
Look, so somebody from San Diego Padres is going to determine if I go to Super Bowl or not. I mean, not Super Bowl, but
I'm
World
playing
Series,
on the road.
I host a World Series game or not.
No, this is my record.
I don't want that.
My record.
But I still, to me, it's a classic. I watch it. You know.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it'll be a 2-1 game.
And back in the day, I didn't get to watch last. I was covering the game, but last, I know how I used to be back in the day. Man, if you was a starter, you was getting 3 at bats. Depending on how well you did.
You get 2-3 at bats if you're a starter.
If you're a star, you'll get those 3 at bats.
And it
depends. But every team has a player, so everybody gets
everybody got to be. And it also depends on if you had a game on Sunday, if you have a game on Wednesday or Thursday. Like they the manager, and if your manager is the manager. If your manager is the manager, you might get one at bat.
Yep.
It sits you down. You cool, Javi. Go get on the bench.
All right, man. Look, we're gonna take a quick break. Hopefully, it'll be a classic this year, and Home Run Derby be all we hope is going to be. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports?
I don't believe it! It's a touchdown!
Entertainment?
Are you not entertained?
And other special interest talk shows?
Well, isn't that special?
All on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the Real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
Hey, this is Brittany Griner from the Phoenix Mercury, and you listen to the 3-Point Conversion.
Yes. You hear that music, you know what that means. It is time to let you go. But before we let you go, we want to give some shout outs, and it might be you, but please stay tuned. And first of all, I have to give the ultimate shout out to God Almighty. Thank God Almighty for another day, and just for this platform, man, to get up to talk my mess, to make people listen, make them mad, upset, happy, want to give me the stop it button.
Stop it.
Mean, it's, I mean, everything.
I just saw it nonchalantly. He did it too.
Yeah, but just like I said, just had this platform, man, to do what I do. I give God all the praise. Also, I want to thank the sponsors: Seneca's Barbershop, Salad Express, and Sucker Free Life LLC. I want to thank my engineer G. Great job once again, always. Appreciate you, sir. I want to thank Miss Crystal Dayan for doing what you do. Now I got to thank my co-host, my road dog, Mr. D Intellectual. Appreciate you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. You already know how it go. G, the best engineer in the business. Thank you, Crystal. Appreciate you for being here, always being on time. All the friends and family out there listening, all our listeners that continue to listen, we appreciate y'all. We couldn't do it without y'all. Again, you know how I do every shout out. Shout out to my cuz Sean Calvin, and the young homies at Safety Net Facilities in Mentor, Alabama. A lot of people may have given up on y'all, but we have not given up on y'all. Y'all got friends here at 3 Point Conversion, Sports Lounge. Appreciate you.
All right, and I want to thank my family, beautiful wife, children, cousins, uncles, aunts, grandmothers, and so on, play cousins, and everybody want to be a cousin because they want to mooch off of you, whatever. We appreciate you all. I want to thank our special guest, Mr. Danny Thompson, for coming on. Appreciate you, sir. And again, everybody who chimed in and listened, want to thank Damian Adams. Want to thank Dwayne Harrington, Marlon Sucker Free. He was listening as well. A lot of people listening. Like I said, everybody was listening.
Everybody listening.
This week, if it's sunny where you are, enjoy that sun and everything. If you're down here in Atlanta, be careful. It's raining, but enjoy your day. That shouldn't stop you from having a spectacular day. Make sure you eat food. You enjoy sports. Love on family. Let them know. And till then, same time, same crazy show, same sports host, same sports nonsense. Will you miss me? I'm out. Peace. You just got done listening to the 3 Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook accounts at the 3 Point Conversion. And also make sure you check out our website, the3pointconversion.com. Be sure to follow us live and listen every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern.